What is up, YouTube? This is Evan Magician 34, and we are going back to the beginning, and this is episode number 4, where we're actually only making our second round of changes to our Ocean's Core theme deck, starting from cards we just got, just like we're beginning players. If you haven't checked out episode 3, do that. You can find it by going to my channel down below and looking up Theme Deck Thursday, that playlist. Go find that. It'll probably be listed over here as well somewhere in your suggested videos. But go ahead and subscribe, that'll make your life so much easier. We already busted packs, and we're going to make a few changes this week to our deck. If you'll remember, our Ocean's Core deck is mostly water, but we had splashed a little dark energy for our Darkrai EX to help us get some free retreats and get around our rather punishing retreat costs in this deck. As far as our changes, what we're pulling out is we're pulling out Krokorok and Sandile this week. Because we basically just have one of each, we have very limited resources for like going and getting these cards, and getting one or the other, it's just kind of a dead card. We were just trying to justify our dark energies, but realistically, Darkrai justifies them all by himself, and we have a few ways to go get him. A little bit more right now. So mostly these guys are not really doing much work. The dark energies want to go on other Pokemon anyway, so these guys are coming out. I guess we can just put those right there, can't we now? And out of the games we played, I learned that Sacred Ash is just really not so useful, which realistically probably should have seen that in the first place, but you know, sometimes you got to play it to see it. And while it's nice to be able to get back our one-of Pokemon in this deck into our deck so that we might be able to get them again, we have so few ways to search them out that putting them into the deck like this and having to put in 5, which also kind of decreases the chances of drawing one specifically, it's just not worth it. Even though we're very light on trainers and we really want to kind of have more, it's just not one that's really worth having. We are adding another color this week, and we've got 2 Professor's Letters and whatnot, so we're actually going to cut 6 water energies. We have so much energy already, and we're going to partially pull these to make room for another color, and also realistically we just don't need this much energy in the deck. So those 6 cards are going out. And we are also going to pull 1 dark energy. 5 should be enough with 2 letters. And most of the Pokemon don't. Darkrai is the only one who actually needs dark energy. So for the most part, we're just going to play it on other Pokemon just to give them the free retreat option when Darkrai is around. So 5 dark energy is going to be A-okay. So for review there, we pulled 7 energies and 3 other cards for a total of 10 cards we're going to switch out, and we're going to see if this works. The type we're going to add is Fighting. First thing we're going to add is our Hawlucha EX that we busted. This guy only needs 1 Fighting energy in his attack cost, and the others can be paid any way at all, and he can also use our double colorless energy, which is nice. But one thing I liked about him is even if he doesn't get a Fighting energy, we can send him up and deal damage with him with his counterattack, or stall for time. And he also has a resistance, which is nice. Yeah, not particularly because we're weak to fighting, but just because any resistance will be helpful, and fighting is a common type in decks right now. So even though he's got 130 HP and does need our extra energy type, this guy definitely makes the cut, and getting that 1 fighting energy shouldn't be too difficult. So that guy is definitely going in. And our other fighting type we're adding is our Meloetta from last time. Meloetta can attack for a colorless on her first attack, which is okay, and she complements Whiscash in that way, which isn't too bad. And her other attack also needs just 1 fighting and then 2 colorless. And while it's not a lot of damage, every little bit helps right now for us, and it's at least something. It's something we can deal some decent damage with, more than a lot of our other Pokemon can. So really, in a lot of ways, that's what I was looking for. And those are our 2 fighting types we're adding, and each one only needs 1 fighting, like I say. So it's not a big splash, but we are going to add enough energy to hopefully ensure that we can always do something with them. Next up, we're adding a couple of Pokemon who may be a different type, but we're not actually splashing the energy for their type. One of them is our Dedenne. Its entrainment is going to be very useful for getting the right Pokemon for what's in our hand. If we have evolutions in our hand, we can make sure we have the basics for them. And it can also just get us good Pokemon like Hawlucha EX or Darkrai. This is going to be a very good utilitarian Pokemon, a great lead for us. And Energy Assured, of course, is a very economical attack and uses any energy type to do it. So this is going to be a great Pokemon for us, no question. I mean, this is used competitively too, so this Dedenne is a great card for us to have. We also have Plusle, and we're not going to use our Plusle's second attack. We don't really need it. we're pretty much exclusively using Plusle for its positive hand attack, which, for one, colorless energy allows us to pitch an energy card, which we have plenty of, to draw 2 cards. So basically, we're going to hopefully lead with this Pokemon or sub it in early, and for only a single energy investment on the card, and then the 1 discard from your hand, we're going to hopefully draw into our deck and create a little bit of consistency here, which is something we desperately need. And of course, the fact that it doesn't care what type of energy is used for the attack means it's that much more flexible by situation. So, we're adding lots of little Pikachu wannabes, I guess, because they're actually very good support for us. We're going to add another Stadium, because our 1 is liable to get replaced a lot anyway. And that is our Mountain Ring, which can actually protect us from Whiscash, which we only have the 1 Whiscash, but still, it's nice for that, and obviously any Pokemon who want to hit our bench can't now, which is nice, because our Pokemon, many of them already have a small enough amount of HP as it is, and we certainly don't want to do anything to help our opponent's life get easier. So if we can do something like this, like block damage to our bench that might slow them down just a little bit, then that's more the better for us. And we're also going to run 1 energy switch. This will help us if we power things up, and then we draw a Pokemon who needs a certain energy. This will help us get it around. This can also be a sneaky way to power up high energy cost Pokemon like Kyogre. So, Kyogre, Kyogre, whatever you want to call it, you know what I mean. So, yeah. So, Kyogre, as I'm going to call it, because it's my video and I can call it what I want. So, Energy Switch is going to be a useful card for us, hopefully. And our last cards, as you might have guessed by this point, are going to be energies. We're going to run in 4 fighting energies, because each of our Pokemon doesn't really need a lot of it, and they don't serve an alternate purpose like our dark energies do in our deck. So, just the 4 should be good. Like I say, we've got 2 Professor's Letters, and we have a few ways of getting cards other ways like Teammates and Tierno, so hopefully this will prove to be good. And those are our changes to our deck. I think that's sort of our premier card for our changes. But anyway, we're going to play this at our local Pokemon League this weekend. We're going to see how that fares. And we're going to try another way of obtaining cards this weekend. But we'll find out more about that in episode 5 down below. And until next time, like, comment, subscribe. Follow me on Twitter to find out what's going on. I think I may tweet out some of my trades. I'm going to go ahead and spoil it. We're going to be trading for cards this weekend using this collection only of cards that we've gotten for this experiment. So I might tweet out some of the trades. That might be kind of fun. I don't know. Might be kind of funny. We're going to see. And yeah. So, like I say, be sure to like and subscribe and comment down below. And I will see you guys next time. Check out my channel for more Pokemon content.